discovered his wife clutching a pillow, writhing non-stop. He grabbed the pillow and tossed it aside. Only then did his wife slowly return to normal. At this point, Jack hadn't yet realized something was amiss with his wife. The next evening when Jack returned home, he again found his wife had taken a pillow into the bathroom. Jack finally sensed that everything was too bizarre. He immediately asked his son what was going on with Mom, but his son just covered his ears without a word. That night, Jack fell asleep watching over his son, completely unaware that his wife had gone to the hotel alone with a red umbrella. When the taxi driver saw a beautiful woman going to a hotel, he reached out to harass her. But in the rearview mirror, he saw a horrifying scene. There was a dark shadow in the back seat. The driver was terrified and immediately stopped the car, but ultimately couldn't successfully escape. The woman in red walked through the rain directly to the hotel. This scene was witnessed by the private detective Jack had hired, who followed the woman all the way to the hotel room. Eavesdropping at the door, the detective heard a woman's screams coming from inside. But just then, the door suddenly opened. The detective peered in and saw the woman, completely drenched. But after searching the entire room, he didn't find any other man. The detective began to act wantonly, intending to take advantage of the woman. At that moment, the bathroom door opened. The detective went straight in and found a pool of blood on the floor. When he pulled back the bathtub curtain, his life entered its final countdown. At the same time, Jack, asleep at home, suddenly felt blood dripping on his face. Looking up, he saw the ceiling covered in pools of blood. But when he went upstairs to check, there was nothing there. Just then, a sorcerer approached Jack, stating directly that a demon was jealous of Jack's happy and perfect family. As it happened, the sorcerer knew a bit about exorcism and decided to help Jack's family for free. However, the prerequisite was to find the reason the demon had latched onto Jack's wife. Jack searched through his wife's luggage and found a videotape. It showed Jack's assistant threatening his wife. It turned out the assistant had designs on Jack and wanted to have him for herself. She had even recommended someone else to Jack's wife who could supposedly make her happier. Jack's wife thought this was absurd and left angrily. Only then did Jack realize everything was the assistant's prank. Soon after, the sorcerer and Jack tied the wife to the bed and began the exorcism ritual. The sorcerer said the first step was to examine the wife's body, claiming he had to do it himself. The wife suddenly levitated into the air, emitting piercing shrieks. Just then, the assistant happened to bring their son home from school. Jack urgently confronted her, demanding to know what she had done to his wife. Jack stated that as long as his wife could recover, he would meet any of the assistant's demands. Hearing this, the assistant immediately embraced and kissed Jack. This is the plot of the latest horror movie, Possession, released in 2025. If you enjoyed this, you can check out the original film.